The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Is there a Zelda game more peaceful and calming? I don't think so. Even during encounters with multiple monsters, the setting still feels mellow and chill. The game is so massive and almost perfect. It's teeming with life, and monsters and even NPCs. From Zora's Domain, with the soothing running water, to Goron City, with the blazing heat and boiling lava. Every terrain is as peaceful to experience as the last. Yes, these areas are sometimes armed to the teeth with enemies, but even still, it just keeps my mind at ease roaming the land of Hyrule. With the exception of Hyrule Castle, of course. But Hyrule Castle was designed to be separated from the rest of Hyrule. The most evil of things reside in there, so that just makes sense. From town to town, or mountain to mountain, we are greeted by new things to find and explore. New enemies and items to use and exploit. The depth of this game is endless. It seems as if almost everything in this game is hiding, awaiting to be uncovered. So why is it that the three of the most mysterious things in Hyrule are also the biggest and least hidden? I'm referring to the three dragons: Dimrol, named for the goddess Din; Farosh, named for the goddess Farosh; and Naydra, named for the goddess Nehru. These three huge ancient beauties roam three different biomes in Hyrule. Naydra can be found on the peak of Mount Lanayru, directly north of Hateno Ancient Tech Lab, where Pura resides. Naydra is the most aggressive due to being corrupted by Calamity Ganon. You need to equip Link with the best possible frost-resistant gear when venturing up to the mountain. On top of this, you'll want a good amount of arrows to take on Naydra. Upon first meeting Naydra, in the clearing with the altar near the peak of the mountain, Link will be informed that Ganon has infected the dragon, and is tasked with removing the infection. Get off a quick arrow against one of the eyes nearest to Link, and Naydra will then take flight, meaning Link will have to use various updrafts around in order to keep up with the dragon. After this has been completed, return back to the original enclosure with the altar at the peak of the Mount Lanayru, and fire off an arrow at the healed Naydra. Rather than harming the dragon, this will instead dislodge Naydra's scale, an item which can then be picked up and dropped near the altar, opening up a passageway behind the altar that leads to Jiten Sami Shrine. Dinral, the second of the three dragons, possess quite a different challenge than Naydra. Instead of staying in one specific place, Dinral will only spawn just north of the Elden Mountain at sunrise and sunset, and only if Link is not standing immediately in the flight path of the dragon. To accomplish this, fast travel to the Go-Ray Tor Shrine and make your own campfire using some wood and flint. Once made, rest until morning. From here, proceed northeast to the Elden Great Skeleton location, but don't descend from the top of the mountain onto the skeleton. Instead, drop down roughly halfway and wait here until around 9 AM. At this time, Dimrol should spawn just northeast of the Great Skeleton and will begin making his way towards the face of the mountain just below you. When Dimrol is right underneath Link, loose a few arrows anywhere on the body of the dragon, and this will cause the Dimrod scale item to fall off to the ground, ripe for the taking. Then travel north of Akala stable and head directly west from here, eventually happening upon a spring of power. Offer up Dimrod's scale just like you previously did with Naydra in front of the altar, and you will be presented with an entrance to Totsuanima Shrine. Farosh, arguably the easiest dragon to both find and deal with. Farosh will always appear in the northern parts of Lake Hylia at around 12 AM. Although he has been known to occasionally appear in the earlier parts of the night, have Link stand on the southern side of the bridge running over Lake Hylia, and wait for the main body of Farosh to be exactly over the bridge. Once this happens, fire off a few arrows at the part of his body that is directly over the bridge, and this will cause Farosh's scale to fall down. Once the scale has been obtained, travel to Faron Tower, proceed northwest to Dracozu Lake, where the next altar will be waiting. Offer up Faro's scale to the altar. As always, this will then reveal a shrine to Link, this being the Shea Katha Shrine. These dragons are somewhat similar in appearance to Volvagia from Ocarina of Time, as they have serpentine bodies. However, they are depicted as dragon deities, similar to the three dragons from Skyward Sword. According to an old legend heard on Link's travels, the Dueling Peaks was originally one mountain till it was split by a dragon to create a path, with the most likely candidate being Farosh. According to the dragon enthusiast Ron, legend states that one must be blessed by Hylia to be able to see the dragon's spirits, indicating Link has been blessed with such an ability, as he is essentially Hylian's champion chosen by the Master Sword, and is tasked with saving Naydra to acquire its scale, as well as acquiring scales from Dimrol and Farosh. This would also explain why Ron does not notice Dimrol, and why Shay and Totsuna failed to notice Farosh, through their statements indicate that Hylians can see their shadows and or vaguely sense their presence, despite not being blessed with the ability to fully seeing them. This explains why most people rarely see dragon spirits despite their large size and habit of flying through the sky. You cannot kill the dragons, you can only make them shed materials. The items you receive from each dragon depend on which part of the dragon you hit. Hitting the scale with an arrow will get you the specific dragon scale. Hitting the claw will get you the claw. Hitting the fang will get you the fang. And hitting the horn will of course get you the horn. Naydra, Dimrol and Farosh will continue to amaze me and fill my mind with theories. The excitement I felt upon first seeing the 3 dragons will never be forgotten, and I only hope to see them again in Breath of the Wild 2. Hopefully then we can get even more information about these godlike creatures. That's all for now though, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the video, why not hit the subscribe button and like the video. I would also like to know what you think about Naydra, Dimrol and Farosh, so drop a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.